Hi guys, welcome back to the Pot Smoker's Bible. My name is Zion, and I'm the author of the Pot Smoker's Bible, which contains the prophetic book of Zion, which gives me my name and you your identity. Now, we're doing part 2 of the 13th chapter of the Pot Smoker's Bible, which is the 10th chapter of the book of Zion. Now, I'm just going to take up where I left off because this is the general reading, and it's a long chapter, so bear with me, okay? And it goes like this. You see, the problem with my people is that they thought gray meant God, as in religion. Now, my people rejected the falsehood of all of the known religions. They didn't know that hidden within the Torah was a message to them from an alien race. If they had conceived of that notion, they would have, and they will, love the gray. They just never looked at Torah because of its religious connotations. Now the tables turn on society. The truth becomes known. The lowly drug user becomes a saint. The high and mighty governments and religions become foolish, powerless mortals who must now pay for each and every one of their horrific crimes. Of course, the guilty will protest when they realize that everything is opposite of what they believe. Now, the war on drugs will be over because the true nature of the matter is seen. The society and their police force will be unable to continue to violate the rights of my people because they're now known as Zion. Because the nature of war is for battle. And no one wants my people to defend themselves or to go on the offensive. The war must end because as a nation at war, we are well within our rights to return on our enemies the battle. By declaring a war on my people, the government have provided my people with the ability to commit acts of war. However, I will never allow my people to wage war, except purely in defense. No citizen of Zion will ever attack first, but be warned. We will defend our rights, our families, our friends, and our possessions. No one has the right to use violence. Neither the Gray nor I will ever condone violence. But everyone has the inalienable right to defend their freedoms when confronted by an act of war. The tactics the police use are further explained in this chapter. We are told that it only takes the words of a narc or a neighbor to put a Zionite in jeopardy. There doesn't have to be evidence of a crime, just the accusation of illegal activities. This accusation will allow the police to knock on your door to search for reasons to imprison you and to steal your possessions. There's no justification in these laws that violate our rights based on someone else's accusations. But Zion is redeemed and established by the judgment. She defends herself and her people exactly for their use of marijuana. Isaiah describes exactly how marijuana is used. It's grown in gardens. It's allowed to become dry. It's rolled up like a rope, and it's set on fire by using Bic lighters that spark when you flick it. Isaiah has such a sense of humor that he asks, "So what do you say to that?" Try to interpret that in some other way. The poor will believe it. Is she in the gray? are the founders of Zion. Now, my people are told to do as we've always done. Get high, listen to music, realize the truth of drugs and the war on drugs. The gray made the people of Zion exactly as they were intended to be. We only have to change our name, accept our name, and to renounce our human failings. Claim our place in the family of Israel. Accept Abraham and Sarah as your most ancient ancestor. Be proud to bear the name of Zion. You are priests of Israel. Your drug use is your calling. Your musicians are your teachers. Your captivity, the conditions of your birth. This is our right as Zionite Jews. The Gray promised to be here to help us. They will comfort us. They will help us convert our wasteful use of resources into sustainable resources. They will help us realize our true potential as a people and as a nation. We are blessed. We are reminded that the wicked who rule over us are not acceptable to the Gray. The passing of the unjust laws for the purpose of doing harm to the innocent is not acceptable to our creators. They will not deal with anyone who is so wicked that they attack and condemn without cause. So the righteous who use drugs and stumble around as if they were drunk are told that their days of being subjected to infamy and robbery are over. Now that they have joined the Gray on high, they will enjoy the best blessings, while those who that abuse them without a cause will pay for their crimes. It's time to stumble around high with the joy of being Gray. Free to party at last. God, the Gray, go on to tell us that the human Grays, who are drug users, were created on purpose to reject all the known religions. The Gray find the human concept of God to be so wrong that they reject every religion on earth. I could write a book on this subject, but all that matters is that the Gray couldn't work within the confines of human religion. So they had to create someone outside of the established system of religious beliefs. That is why it was so necessary to create in us an aversion to religion. In order to know the Gray as very long-lived mortals, we had to reject the all-powerful immortal deity known as God. Grays are aliens, not gods. So we Zionites had to reject the false definition of God so that the true alien race could emerge. God goes on to explain that the tender plant is the tool used to contact the Gray. He is a tender plant. He is rejected by men through law. The plant is despised. Those who use it are caused grief and sorrow. He, Gray, can be found through marijuana. Just as the humans despised this plant, so they have despised those that use it. Through the voice of God heard only after using marijuana, my people are subject to the hatred of everyone else. It is only those who use drugs that are subject to such affliction. God is pot. Pot is God. God is Gray. Gray is pot. Pot is Gray. All who use pot are Gray. Marijuana is the source of the voice. The source of the voice of the Gray on earth. so that a plant becomes the God. He is a tender plant. God truly is pot. In this way, my people obtain God. But it is a living God. There is no idol. In Zion, a plant is the focus of divine union. When we get high, we are telepathic. We are with God, where God lives. We ascend on high. The way we are treated by our enemies is a direct result of their arrogance. The idol worshippers who control the society believe themselves to be saved. They preach the return of the gray, but their God is not real. When the true God comes, they will find themselves in dire straits, because the gray will not save them. The gray will save us, and reject the holier-than-thou people who treat my people so badly. Now the gray do come back to us. The voice will be heard by the Zionites in the city. The temple will be reestablished to give a place to the voice. He will then mete out true justice, payback to those who reject the truth. We are told that even before the world finds out about what Zion has done, she will have already accomplished her objectives. She has already figured out the truth. She has spread the word among her own people. Her future husband has already been training for his role. Zion has already fulfilled her role as prophet by the time society learns of her existence. To the world at large, Zion's appearance will be instantaneous. Suddenly, this woman will be all over the news and on all the talk shows. Her claims will seem outrageous, but by then it will be too late to prevent her from fulfilling her destiny. Because her appearance on the public scene is the last step that she must take to complete her job. But to the world, it will be seen as her first step. Because no male Zionite would accept the role of prophet, a woman must fill that role. In this male-dominated society, this female prophet will be ostracized. None of the religions will accept her prophecy, because she is a female. Yet her choice to become a prophet was required because no man was found to take up the role. Now this ends today's discussion because it begins the dissertation. We will start with Isaiah 52, 1-6 next time. So, stay happy and high, everybody, okay? Because that's really important, that you stay happy and that you stay high. So, I'll see you later.